So open Audition by clicking on the icon at the bottom of the screen in the dock. Set your workspace for default and go ahead and reset default workspace. Make sure to come up to the upper left corner and press on and click on the waveform button. It will say new audio file, and you want to give it a name that will be easy for you to recognize. Make sure your sample rate is 44/100 Hertz, channel stereo. The bit depth should be 32 float, though if you have trouble with the synchronization of the sound in your After Effects file, you can come back in and change it to 16 or 24 and just save versions of it. So save one that's 16, one that's 24, and one's 32, and then try each of them and see if it works better. But 32 should work, so leave it for that right now. Okay. Now speak your poem. Click on the red button and start to record. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" and was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail and far away he flew. Then click on the square when you've finished. And the display is going to be different for everyone probably, but what you want to do is you want to press on the minus to make the display fit into your window. So just keep tapping it until you can see the whole waveform. Once you've got it to this point, you start to see at the top here, this is the work area. Now you can grab the end of this and drag it so you can get it to encompass the entire wave. And there it is. So this is what we've got so far. So play it to see how it sounds and start to record. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" and was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail and far away he flew. Then click on the square. Okay, now you can easily get rid of the extra by just selecting it and hitting delete. I'm going to cut off this part. I'm going to cut off this part. And then you can check to see how long it is. This is 22:12. You can cut a little bit more off. And then go to the end and cut a little bit more off there. It's almost 21 seconds. I think I need a little pause at the beginning in any case. Now we want to save that, so Command S. It will have the name that you gave it, but it's going to ask you what kind of file you want. So I want a WAV file. Format WAV. You want to find the location where you want to save it. I want to change my location, so I will go to Browse. And then I will find the folder I want to save it in. and then I will say okay. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to improve the sound quality and make sure that it's loud enough and clear enough for people to hear. So when you want to do a little editing like that, you probably want to use one of the effects. So one that I've heard is good is Effects, Amplitude and Compression, Dynamics Processing. You can also remove sounds in noise reduction, but we can probably do a lot of that just by using the dynamics processing. And to make sure that the sounds that we don't want to hear, like S's or whatever, put a little dot there. So these are the lower sounds, and if there's any part down here where there's little sounds that are kind of quiet in between the words, you can pull that down a little bit. That gets rid of like when you breathe hard or something. And then we want to make most of the words about the same volume. So we can pull this up a little bit. And then we can check it by doing a preview here. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" And was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail, and far away he flew. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So this green button, so I cried, is "Little bird, will you stop, applying the effect, stop, or not applying the effect?" And was going to the window to say, "This is without the effect. How do you do?" This is with the effect. But he shook his little tail, and far away he flew. Once. Now it sounds a little harsh, but if we put in the spline curves, that should smooth out the sound a little. I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" And was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" Okay, and then to make sure that it doesn't affect the sound quality of the words themselves, we can pull up this under gain processor. We can pull up the release time so that it doesn't step on the toes of the words. But he shook his little tail, and far away he flew. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, with it hop. Off. So I cried, but with the release "Little time bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" And was going to the window to say. So that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. And now we can save it as a preset and call that fixed narration and say OK. So now that we have it saved as a preset, we can put it in the favorites list and call it fixed narration and say OK, and then we can apply it right from here, but we'll also have it for the next time we want to use it. And that looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm going to save that. File, save. And that's just about 21 seconds. I'm going to quit Audition. And now I'm going to bring it into After Effects. And there it is. And I'll go to here's one size saw. And I've got 20 seconds in this. Let's see. It should hang over the end, yeah. So let's go to composition and we'll say we want 21 seconds here. And there it is. File, save.